Israel expands Gaza offensive, sends troops into Hamas tunnels.
Here's a summary of the article.
Of the 239 hostages that Israel claims were taken on October 7, 4 civilians have been freed by Hamas, the armed Islamist organization that controls Gaza. Israel announced on Tuesday that it had launched an attack on Hamas terrorists within the Islamists' extensive network of tunnels beneath Gaza. As Israel steps up ground operations inside Gaza to destroy the ruling Hamas movement in the wake of its gun rampage 3 weeks ago that left over 1,400 people dead, the tunnels are a major goal. Over the last day, combined IDF combat forces struck approximately 300 targets, including anti-tank missile and rocket launch posts below shafts, as well as military compounds inside underground tunnels belonging to the Hamas terrorist organization, the Israel Defense Forces said in a statement. According to witnesses, Israeli forces attacked Gaza City from 2 directions on Monday, focusing on the city's main north-south road. Israel claimed that one of its soldiers was released from Hamas custody. Late on Monday, Netanyahu declared that Israel would continue with its plans to destroy Hamas and would not consent to an end to hostilities with the terrorist organization in Gaza. Compared to Israel's previous land offensives in Gaza and the past 3 weeks of relentless airstrikes on the Mediterranean enclave, Israeli troops have been relatively cautious in taking and securing portions of territory during the first few days of continuous ground operations in Gaza.
This post received a score of 8,700, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Tunnel warfare fucking blows.
If it's anything like those Viet Cong tunnels, fucking blows would be an understatement. Look up tunnel rats.
Here's a fantastic article about the Vietnam tunnel rats with terrifyingly claustrophobic photos of the cramped tunnels.
Holy shit. Thanks for sharing this. I have read about those tunnels and knew they were the stuff of nightmares, but those visuals really drove the reality home.
According to the IDF, they are not sending anything into the tunnels. Tunnels warfare hasn't changed in the last few thousand years. You never go into the tunnel.
Pour the sea into them. It's what Egypt did.
I was thinking about that too, like flooding the tunnels, but is it even feasible? Update. Yup, Egypt had done it before. Egypt floods Gaza's tunnels with seawater. Update 2. A Redditor mentioned that website is not reputable and full of poor reporting. So how about Reuters? Egyptian flooding drowns Gaza's tunnel business.
That's very different scale. Also, hostages inside those tunnels.
If the hostages are still alive, they won't be when the fighting starts getting close to them.
1. I can only hope that not true, and 1 soldier was rescued 2 nights ago, so hopefully they could rescue some more. 2. Until that happens, there are other options such as negotiation. 3. If they are killed by Hamas, Israel has done whatever it can to try and rescue them. It's a big difference, especially for others.
Israel doesn't have the resources to play the negotiate with terrorists and release 1 or 2 of the 200 plus every 2 to 3 weeks for the next 10 years game. Hamas has 2 options: either release all the terrorists under a negotiated ceasefire and withdrawal from Israel, or die.
The released soldier was extracted by the IDF, no negotiations. I have no idea how many more could be extracted like that. But with every one extracted, Hamas loses both leverage and strength to put its demands.
Good luck to the soldiers being sent to the tunnels. Imagine all the darkness and traps. Absolutely terrifying.
Fuck being point man in those clearing ops.
Typically you'd call that bravery.
I call it getting an IED to the nutsack and a one-way ticket to PTSD. Fuck that noise. Hope they've got enough EOD bots to breach with.
PTSD? Brother, you're gonna die.
Can't just blindly explode and collapse the tunnels. Hamas' strategy of taking hostages works. Israeli forces must explore the tunnels, looking for hostages. It gives defense the advantage in so many ways. Exposes troops to booby traps. In a narrow tunnel, 1 or 2 defenders with auto-weapons can hold off the point persons of many advancing troops. Communications underground is short-range and unreliable, giving advantage to defense that knows the tunnel system. Explosions in narrow tunnels are deadly. Claymores can focus onto advancing troops.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.